and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. Today's show is brought to you by the 3rd and Curry Street Carson Farmers Market, happening every Saturday morning in downtown Carson City and featuring local produce as well as locally baked goods and crafts and lots of great stuff. So check out the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market in downtown Carson City. Our guest this week is Eric Sell, Sponsorship Director for the Edible Petal Ride. Thank you for being here, Eric.
It's my pleasure.
All right, so Edible Petal is sort of becoming a fall tradition here in the Carson City area. Tell us a little bit about how Edible Petal got started.
It's our 6th year, and Edible Petal is a production of a Rotary Club. Our club is Reno Rotary Sunrise, and we raise monies each year that contribute to our charitable programs. And our original ride director, Carrie Crawford, is a cyclist, and she was cycling in California, and she was participating in a century ride. She says, you know, there isn't a century ride in the Reno-Carson area.
And century rides are 100-mile rides for our viewers who don't know what a century ride is.
Thank you. And that's an interesting point, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. And she said, let's do a century ride, and it was her brainchild, and she grew it. In the first year, we had around 500 participants. Now we're up towards 1,500, and it's a great production, as you can imagine. And a couple of years ago, it was our 150th birthday, and we get some sponsorship money from the tourism board, and to promote the 150th birthday, we made it 150K kilometers, which turns out to be about 92 miles, and we're still on that same route. So that's just an interesting side note. We call it the Edible Petal 100 because that's the original name, and technically it's 92 miles, but because it is a ride event, it's not a race. We get some people that add on the extra 8 because they want to have that 100-mile under their belt. That's right. Yes.
All right, but for people who don't want to ride 100 miles, there are options for them as well.
Excellent point to bring up, because we want everybody to, it's more about getting out and supporting the community and recreation. And we have a 10-mile ride event, and we'll see lots of kids and parents go out, and even parents towing their kids in the trailers that attach onto the back of the bike, and that's a 10-mile event. And that course goes out to the end of Franktown and back.
From Bowers Mansion.
From Bowers Mansion, that's where we start. That's right.
All of the rides start at Bowers Mansion.
So folks show up at Bowers Mansion, and we're there at 5 in the morning, and the 100-milers can start early, especially if it's a hot day. And there's nobody policing to say that you have to run 10 miles. People go out and come back when they want. So there's that 10-mile course, and we offer the courses, and there's ride stops. There's a 50-mile course. And that one goes down to Genoa and back. Maybe you'll help me out. Luther Station.
The Luther Trailhead.
Yeah, the Luther Trailhead. That's the turnaround there. And then you have to come back through Combs Canyon. It's a bit challenging. It's a great 50-mile ride. If you get tired, you make it 35 miles, or people go out to Roscoe Park and back. So there's all kinds of options as far as that goes. It's just an idea to have people go out and enjoy the day, and there's a great barbecue when you get back to Bowers Mansion.
Right, and so it's called the Edible.
Yeah, correct.
So we don't want to forget about the food aspect of this. Now you mentioned, you know, the official ride distances are 10, 50, and 92 miles. But like you said, people can, you know, if they're not feeling it that day, they don't have to go all the way. But where are the food stops? Because that's what we're really in it for here, is the edible portion of the pedaling.
Yeah. We stop at Ross Gold, and the Carson High School Culinary Arts folks put on that ride stop, and they do a great job. And Penny Reynolds, I understand that she's retired from her position, but for the first 5 years, her and her students have put on a great production, and the food there has been great. And then we also have a ride stop at both the Luther Trailhead and in Genoa proper, and there is, I think it's at the courthouse there, and the Douglas High School program, culinary arts program, puts on the food there for us. And I think Carrie Stark is the teacher that was helping us out there. And the way that things work out is part of our charitable programs is that we support education, and we recognized both the Carson High School and the Douglas High School culinary arts programs, where we contribute monies to their scholarship programs, and then the folks in charge of distributing those monies select students that are going on to higher education and pursuing culinary arts. So it turns out that they help us out and we help them out in return.
All right.
And it's a great partnership.
Scholarship monies for some of the kids at both of the high schools that are taking part.
Yes.
Now, the ride is happening when?
That's a good question. We want people to show up. September 18th. It's on a Sunday, and we have folks that show up throughout the morning. It's what we call a rolling start. So you can turn up anytime you want within a reasonable starting time. You don't want to start too late. There won't be any food left.
Right. You don't want to get back after everyone else has eaten all of the food.
That's right. That's right. And we have, and that's one of our concerns is always to make sure that there's enough food for everybody. So we want to make sure that people start early enough, and there's also some cold beverages. You want to make sure your beverages are cold when you enjoy them. And then I'll also share that on the Saturday prior, which is the 17th, we have a ride registration, and Peloton Bicycles hosts that, and that's up in Mayan and McCarran up in North Reno, where during the day you can go up there and register, and we have these goodie bags that we give you at that time. And the folks there, a lot of the times people, as much as they'd like to prepare, need to take care of some last minute repairs for their bikes, so the folks up there are really helpful in getting that done. And then if you need to, you can register the morning of the race. And we're there at 5 a.m., as I said before, and we can help you out there. And there's people that support the race. The support that we get is incredible. The Reno Bike Project and Ray, the bike guide, and REI has been there in the past, and Shields has been there in the past, where they have repair shops, and they're out along the course also. So if you're having issues with your bike, or you need to repair a tube, or your shifters aren't working properly, they can help you out with those minor repairs. Yeah, you don't want to come with a broken bike. So to show up on the 19th ready to go and have your tires ready, make sure that we require that you have a helmet. So of course you want to have water, because as much as we have support out on the ride, you don't want to be dehydrated.
All right. Now, if people already know they're going to do the ride, what's the website? Where can people go to sign up and learn more?
Yeah, we'd love for people to register or sign up on the website, and that's ep100.org. If you put that in your search bar, you'll go to our website, and there's lots of information there. There's also a link to our Facebook page. Now, if you go to the website and you want to sign up for the race, then there's your typical click-throughs where you'll get the opportunity to purchase the registration and the barbecue with your credit card number handy. We also have them wearing one of our previous year ride shirts. We have current year ride shirts that are pretty nifty. One of our members of the club, Mark Cattleman, is a talented graphic artist, and he's been putting the shirts together for the past few years, and they're unique designs and they're beautiful shirts. So you're able to purchase a ride shirt at that time if you'd like. And also, if you'd like to have folks come along, we have a lot of people that will participate in the ride, and they may invite grandma to come enjoy the barbecue with them afterwards. So you can buy additional barbecue tickets.
All right. For those who are quite up to doing the bike portion, they can join their rider when they return back for the barbecue.
Yeah, Bowers Mansion on a fall day is usually beautiful. We always cross our fingers and hope for that good weather.
All right, and here in Northern Nevada, we have a pretty good chance of getting it if we're not getting smoked out. Yeah,
that's always a good thing to talk about. We've been very fortunate that we haven't been smoked out, but 2 years ago, it was touch and go up until the last couple of days. So you want to keep in touch with our social medias, Facebook, we keep up to date. And there's a lot of perks that our sponsors provide to people who register, and we announce those through Facebook. It's a good idea to get connected that way, and then if there's any information that we need to share, we provide it there.
So everyone can check out ep100.com, and from there
.org. Yeah.
.org,
Yeah.
ep100.org. And from there they can register for the race, get to your Facebook page, learn more about the event, the different ride options, everything. That's the place to go.
Correct. ep100.org.
All right. Anything else you'd like to share with people about this year's ride?
This year's ride is going to be the biggest ride so far, and that we have some unique challenges in that Q&D is got road construction going on through Cave Rock. So we're having a little shuttle process that's going through there that I think is kind of fun. I was down there the other day, and it looks like there's some, it gives you an opportunity to see what's going on from a different perspective, riding your bike on the road. And that also we'd like to share that this is an event put on by Rotary, and Rotary is folks that are business people and collaborate together to appreciate that we can contribute to the community and get more done through this energy of a number of individuals working together. And there's clubs throughout Reno Sparks and Carson, Tahoe, and we all put on charitable events to raise monies that contribute back to the community, and we often collaborate together. And so if you want to support, these clubs are open, anybody can join, and there's meeting places that you can find out pretty easily online down here in Carson, and also if folks up in Reno are watching.
Up in Reno, here in Carson, Minden, there's a chapter up in Tahoe.
Correct.
So business people throughout the area who really want to get involved in their communities and participate in some fun events like the Edible Pedal can certainly go online and find their local chapter.
That's right.
All right. Eric, thank you for being here with us today and telling us all about Edible Pedal. Hopefully some folks will go sign up and take part in what is really a really beautiful ride.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney. It is a beautiful ride, and it's all about fun and family, so come on out and support us.
All right, thank you, and thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by the 3rd and Curry Street Farmers Market in Carson City. If your business would like to sponsor a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla at the address shown on the screen. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. We'll see you next week.